So often when I'm explaining the gospel to people, I've found a couple of illustrations that are really helpful. One of them, and you can write these out just on napkins, like if you're out at a restaurant, is called the bridge illustration. And it goes something like this, that between us and God, there's a separation. And the reason for that separation is our sin. And there may be a couple of verses that would be helpful to memorize if you're given this illustration. One of them is Romans 3:23, which says, "For all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." And the idea of this verse, if you just think about it with regards to your own life, we fall short of our own standards. I can't even live up to my standards for myself, much less God's standards. And the idea is that we fall short of the standards that God has for us. And because of that, in our relationship with Him, the Bible tells us that there is a separation. Now, how do we overcome this separation? That's the point of the gospel. And there are a lot of religions or religious ideas or just personal ideas that people have that say this, that I'm going to just try by my own power to, in some way or another, overcome this separation. So I'll pray more, I'll do good works for God. But the problem is, and this might be another verse that you memorize, Romans 6:23, which says this, that the wages of sin is death. The problem is that no matter how many good things we try to do, we keep on sinning. We don't live up to our standards, and the Bible clearly says that that sin, the wages of it, is death. And so no matter how many good things we do, we just can't overcome the fact that we have built up a debt for which we must die. And so the Bible says that God has overcome this separation for us. What we couldn't do ourselves, God has done through Jesus Christ. And Jesus paid the penalty of our sin. He died the death that we deserved in order that we could be with God. And so it's Jesus that has bridged this separation between us and God that was caused by our sin.